Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast.
Previously on Tavern Tales. Up the northern corridor we've traveled through Kelpie conversations and delving into the history of Thesis. Now we proceed to the final room in the northern corridor.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise a glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
Burkett turns off the spinny tube
Oh, I was going to ask him if he could wait until we got to the ledge.
right at the correct time.
Oh.
The three of you slide through the oil down the corridor. It's actually kind of fun
I was just thinking that.
because the floor is rounded and you do have to do a little bit of balance work to keep your balance. And it's very hard for Zuvus, who's not used to that sort of thing.
Well, I was going to ask if I can take a running and slide, just like a slip and slide, because then it reminds me of being in the water.
Also, you're still covered in oil on your front
Yeah.
anyway. So yeah, why not? You do that. Sounds great. You wind up back at the corridor that you first turned down to make a right on, having gained nothing except
knowledge
and further connections in this dungeon.
I have to say, it feels like Caraptus has been scrolling our Instagrams. What's the medieval magical version of Instagram page for D&D?
Sure.
Right away, Tom.
And you continue forward in your previous arranged order of Vulcan in the front, then Thesis, then Zuvus. And you pass by 3 open doors, each 10 foot away from the other. These doors have a lintel and a mantle, so they come down from the ceiling, and then they also come up, and you have to step over the door. And when you look at the door itself, the door is flanged, which means it has like a edge to it, and that edge is on the side you're walking towards. And there is no handle on the side of the door that you're on. The door will just close. There is a turning handle on the other side of the door.
So it's kind of like a bank vault or something like that?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
okay.
reverse though.
So it's like we just left the vault.
You're kind of leaving a vault and heading, they're like vault doors the other way. 3 of them in a row. Heavy metal doors.
And then the rooms beyond the sort of bank vault doors are just square rooms, square 10-foot rooms.
Yep. 10-foot room with another door, 10-foot room with another door, 10-foot room opening to.
They sound like panic rooms. Lock yourself in.
Or like if there's a fire and the building is burning down, they're like those like fire doors that like, prevent the entire building from burning down.
Yep. AKA there's a big thing of fire that's about to come down this hallway and we should hide in a room. If we set up a trap. Run for your lives.
Each of these doors is initially closed and they don't have a handle, but if you push on them, they easily pivot open towards the next one. As you step through, it is heavy, but even with your prodigious strength, it doesn't take too much work to push open the next one. When you push open the last one, a wash of steam and warmth and humidity flows over you, leaving you immediately drenched in sweat, and you find yourself looking at a natural corridor and a damp stone floor in front of you that for 20 feet extends, and then suddenly the corridor still continues on the floor, but you realize that you are at the bottom or somewhere there too of a giant, very warm from your perspective, lake, and some sort of membrane or see-through skin has a 10-foot by 10-foot projection up and around, causing this corridor to extend further into the middle of this hot lake.
Like, we can definitely feel the heat, like, coming off of it.
So the dungeon is actually a giant being, and we are currently entering the stomach. Oh, it's a uterus.
Ain't no fallopian tubes.
I mean, kind of.
Maybe. Kind of. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe.
Interesting. Okay.
You're standing at the entrance of this door.
And the doorway is covered in membrane?
No, you can pass through. The doorway is not.
Ah, okay.
I like the temperature in this room. It's quite appealing.
I do not. I feel like I'm going to turn into sushi at any moment.
You'd be cooked fish.
I feel like someone is going to fillet me at any moment.
Fish fry!
I would be one big fish fry.
You can have a blue gem for that fish fry comment. Oh, that's a white one. What do you do?
Sorry, we can see into this room?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Vulcan's just going to proceed forward.
With any degree of difference to your movements?
Yeah, a little bit slower.
Okay. You slowly proceed into the room, not acting with any degree of stealth, and there does appear to immediately be a large pile, a large boulder in front of you, which quickly you are able to discern is a giant crab.
I immediately stop.
Shiny!
I was just thinking that. I was like, is he sparkly?
He is not.
I'm assuming all of us have walked into the room at this point.
You all see the crab.
I would like to speak with the crab.
Absolutely.
Is the front of him facing us, or is his...
Oh, no, he's definitely looking right at you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does he
With
look
his
like
big
a friendly crab?
Well, he definitely has a big grabbing claw and a sharp serrated cut you up claw. So, no. When Thesis Phase was a tiny little girl princess on the coast of her New Jersey kingdom,
New Jersey.
she was given a terrarium of her own with a little aquarium connection to it, and in it lived a very special, tiny crab whose name was...
Is that my cue to make up a name?
Sure. Is that my cue to make up a name? Appears...
No.
What was that name? Go for it. As long as it's not Sebastian, I'm happy.
Mr. Rainbow Pinchy Pinch.
That's really where your brain first went?
I was trying to think of what a little girl would name a crab.
What was the first thing you thought of that led to Mr. Rainbow Pinchy Pinch?
Rainbow unicorn pants?
Rainbow unicorn pants?
Yeah.
Rainbow unicorn pants. I mean, okay, you were a princess in New Jersey Topia or whatever it's called.
New Jersey, yeah.
New Jersey.
And that would actually make perfect sense. Okay, sure. Just rainbow unicorn pants.
Rainbow unicorn pants was what I first thought of.
RWP.
W?
RUP.
Are you up?
Rainbow unicorn pants.
R up.
I wrote crab as carb, and I wrote
Oh.
unicorn with a W.
I'll drive.
So,
Yeah. And in a tragic accident, Rainbow Unicorn Pants was lost.
Is this the underworld? Just as a question. Like, this is actually like
Can we just
death.
be in the game?
No, I know. It's just like you make all these like meta questions pop into my head about like whether everyone is actually dead in this
Great.
place. And
I love your ideas. I may have deliberately done these things, but Rainbow Unicorn Pants was unfortunately lost in a childhood accident where your character was careless.
accidentally flushed him down the toilet. That happens. He
New
wanted
Jersey Topia has toilets.
indoor plumbing. It's the only thing that we have that's really cool. He was taking a swim.
I mean, the place is really the shits. So
Yeah, we have to take care of it. He was taking a swim in the toilet, and then somebody came in and was like, "Oh no, that's a crab," and flushed it.
while you were there.
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't stop them. I was only a child.
And you loved rainbow unicorn pants.
Who
so very
doesn't
much.
love their pet crab that they can't cuddle?
Yes, and you would walk him about on a leash.
Yep, absolutely. And
What are some other non-proper things that you did with rainbow unicorn pants, your crab pet friend?
Oh, there was definitely marker or like paint supplied to him to make him pretty.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also sat next to me while I ate dinner.
Of course.
Yeah.
Did you feed him as well?
Oh, yeah.
What was his favorite thing to eat? That is not what you would think
Corn.
of crab. Perfect.
I would cut off the corn off the cob and
Perfect.
feed him each individual corn kernel.
Great. You are in this room and a giant, huge crab looms before the entire party. And Zuvus moves forward because Zuvus can speak to
This
aquatic
makes sense.
creatures.
Hello there, Mr. Very Large Crab.
The crab scuttles backwards, shocked that something is talking to it.
Oh, there is no need to be afraid. We are here as friends.
Not food.
We are friends, not food.
Why are you here?
Well, Voldemort,
Why do you come to me on the day of my
Yes,
daughter's
that's the
wedding?
intention.
Yeah.
What do you want?
we are making our way through this dungeon in search of specific items and assisting creatures we find along the way.
I don't need your assistance. You can turn around and go back from where you came from.
Do you enjoy being in this area?
I don't know what you mean by that.
Wouldn't you rather be out in the and free and swimming the ocean?
I don't know what you mean by that.
You know, an ocean, big body of water that you can swim freely in.
I don't want to go in the water. I'll burn and be cooked to death. Is that what you're asking of me? Be cooked to death?
Why would the water burn you?
Because that's what the water does. We're safe here in this skin protective casement.
I see, I understand. Normal water would not burn you. I think you would quite enjoy it as a large crab.
Yes. My name is Rainbow Unicorn Pants.
Yes.
Now you may be asking, why do I have such a strange name for a crab? Or for any sort of individual that you may know? It is because a dear friend of mine named me this when I was but a small, tiny crab that could fit in a sewer pipe. Now why you ask I bring up a sewer pipe? It is because that little terrible creature flushed me down the toilet. Now you may be asking, what is a toilet? It is a small pool for a crab to swim in.
There is a lot to unpack here.
I've given you my name. May I have the pleasure of your acquaintance?
I am Zuvus, and these are my comrades.
How does you talking in crab sound?
It's not actually talking.
Yeah.
You have to use limbs to make noises. So the crab is using his claws to make clicking noises, and I clap my hands.
Okay. So like there's no way I'd be like, if you said my name, I'd recognize that you said my name.
No, it's
All
like
right,
Morse
yeah.
code.
No, it's cool. I just wanted to be clarified. So
Oh, no, you might actually speak English for the names. It's non-translatable. It's a name. It doesn't have a...
I forgot we were speaking in a different language, and I was like, why didn't you recognize that name? And it's because we're speaking in crab.
Yeah, we're just looking at you
I'm not
clapping your hands and
Zuvus just thinks everybody can understand.
I'm not going to cheat. Come on. I know nothing.
Zuvus will say to himself in English out loud, who names a crab Rainbow Unicorn Pants?
Oh, that was me.
You're the terrible little creature he's talking about.
Oh, probably.
I click to the crab and I say, this is very coincidental, but this creature to my right has indicated that she is that terrible little creature.
Telling me you brought to me on the day of my birth the greatest gift you could ever give me, which is payback for flushing the toilet.
Now, before we jump to that conclusion, I feel like we should hear what she has to say about that situation. Was there another party there involved? Are you sure it was her? I've been with her for quite a while now, and she seems like a very nice and genuine individual.
Sure. Would you like to hear her perspective or my own first? He just like takes his sharp claw
Yeah.
and he just strokes his under chin as, a mob boss would.
Rainbow unicorn pants. Is that you?
Scuttle, scuttle.
I feel as though there is something here that needs to be worked out, and I would like to hear both perspectives, and perhaps I can mediate the conversation between the two of you, and we can find a solution and move forward.
Do you want to hear the crab story first or Thesis?
I would like to hear the crab story. Does the crab speak common or just crab?
Rainbow unicorn pants. You learned how to speak English. Is that what you speak, Thesis? No.
This crab cannot speak common. The crab is just a giant, huge crab that does have some additional benefits and special elements that makes it a proper threat for an entire group of level 7 characters, sort of thing.
I would love to hear your story and what happened.
Well, all I can tell you is that the vile monster I once thought to be such a good and dear friend, my boon companion in life, clapped her hands thrice, laughed her high-pitched squeal of a laugh, and rocked my world to the point where I was flushed.
I am so sorry that you endured that trauma.
Why did she laugh? Why did she clap?
May I inquire?
Yes.
I relay this information to Thesis and what the crab is saying, and that he was very hurt by this action, and he would like to know why Thesis clapped and cheered and laughed, throwing him down the toilet.
Oh, he was doing a backstroke that was so funny. He's such a joker. I didn't flush the toilet, though. That was totally my maid, and she thought he was a poop. I regretted that day my whole life. My good friend Rainbow Unicorn Pants. You're such a good crab.
I feel like you take a step towards the crab.
Yeah, of course.
Aww. Okay.
I'm very charismatic for a doll.
You've relayed all of this.
Yes.
You telling me it was the maid Maria?
From what I understand, yes.
Yeah, I died then, later. So, could never get back or anything.
This doll thing does not look like the princess I once knew and loved, but the voice is very familiar. Can you tell her to laugh and clap thrice, that I may know her?
Of course.
No, that was 5 times. I don't think this is the same person. That is how she held her hands when she clapped.
Sometime she gets a little excitable and does more than what she needs to or what she's asked of.
Vulcan's like...
He's just laying against some rocks.
All right, so you've moved around a little bit and you can see that protective skin definitely does not seem like a slashing or piercing weapon, or some sort of fire damage or something would definitely pierce it. And the water beyond does not... It looks hot.
Okay.
There's bubbles, which you would not normally see in non-boiling water.
Please don't pierce that. I don't want to kill Rainbow Unicorn Pants.
You do see, at the north end, past the crab of the domed area, is a heavy chest that is firmly attached to the floor. It is long enough to hold a trident and a whole bunch of other stuff.
I'm going to start walking towards Rainbow Unicorn Pants because...
Make a persuasion check. With advantage. You guys have been working together. Feel like you get to combine.
A 24.
Oof.
That's good.
I only have one more left. It's a 24.
It's my favorite pet in the whole world. You would do it for your own pet and not for me.
But I have one left.
I would like to be a genius.
I'm so torn because the 24 is really good normally. Are you tricking me into using my last one?
You're just a long rest away from regaining them all back.
I know, but I don't know when that will be. Okay, I'll use it.
Okay. A 28 is enough because a 25 is what was necessary for this check.
Yay! Thank you, Paige.
You're welcome.
I have a pet giant crab.
Oh, he doesn't really want to have anything to do with you post this, but he does fondly reminisce and does remember how much Maria hated him. So you can see on his back, he has a little rainbow that has been done with like chalk. He's very protective of.
You still have the rainbow?
Yes, I still have the rainbow, but I do not see how I'm going to ever get out of this place because I cannot fit through the entrance, and the rest of this entire lake is a boiling schlemazel. Oh, he's Jewish too? Okay. Cool. I love the fact that this mob boss crab is also Jewish, named Rainbow Unicorn Pants.
I'm going to figure out a way to make you shrink down temporarily to get you out of here.
I would appreciate that greatly. Protect a great artifact. Normally I would just attack whatever came in here. And I am quite hungry, but I do not wish to feast upon the three of you. Given the memory of the good times that we once shared, and the fact that this is a Triton of whom I hold in great accord.
I am no longer tasty.
That is true.
I will bring you corn.
Would you allow us to come back and take this trident as long as we are able to shrink you, as Thesis has indicated, and remove you from this dungeon?
You can take the trident now. I don't care.
Ooh.
Who is going after the trident again?
Well, at least you.
We
Wave.
went after all of them.
Right.
Wave is the name of the trident.
Oh, so I think that's me.
Further to this, you were told by the Oni Ogre Mage that if the great artifact left the room, it would alert Caraptus.
Oh, let's fight him right now. No, I believe we should leave it here until we have found our final item and the being that we are also searching for.
Okay, you might be able to do a shrinky spray for him or a salve.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. In the future,
You
too.
have shrink/enlarge.
Well, I still
person?
have all those potions.
Right.
So can I look through my bag of potions and see if there's any?
Yes, one of those bags of potions is a potion of shrink/enlarge self.
That's so wonderful.
And because it says self, it is the thing that imbibes it. So this huge crab. Oh, I gotta make a character that sounds like Donald Trump. I've already done so. Haha. And you'll see.
Oh, God. Is it going to be Caraptus?
I don't see why not. That just makes him imminently fightable.
I'm going to kill that guy.
And yeah, so the crab can be shrunk down.
Would you like to leave this place now with us?
If the crab leaves now with the trident.
Oh, he has to take the Triton with him?
No, Triton, you're the Triton.
Trident.
The trident. He doesn't have to. But why not have him join the combat later?
But if we take the Trident, we're Caraptus is next.
Caraptus would not be next. You need to go get the other. I'm saying if you take the artifact from the place, you alert Caraptus.
He doesn't come and show up like the
He's
boogeyman.
not just going to show up, though.
It's not Bloody Mary.
But
Okay.
he's
If
gonna
you
know that
take
it's
the
been-
artifact, that alerts Caraptus. He knows something's going on. He quite likely does
Knows-
not know anything is going on at this point.
Yeah.
What have you done
Nothing.
that would have alerted Caraptus?
We broke some glass.
You talked to some people.
True. It's not a very good jailer.
Did you even break glass?
Yeah, we broke glass in the terrarium. One piece of glass. we
One
broke.
piece of glass, right? Like,
Yeah.
and then the wall of force went up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's meant to be. So, what do you say to the crab?
I have a potion I am able to provide you with that will shrink you down to size so you can leave this area. I would be more than happy to provide it to you once we've explored a little bit further.
If you're telling me that I can get out of here without having to go through that burning lake and becoming a crab boil, I will take this offer with my thanks.
Wonderful.
If there is any way I could revisit the pain and agony of flushing Maria the maid down a toilet, I would also like this opportunity, should my former princess be so inclined to show and point me the way.
I don't know where Maria is anymore, but I could help you get there, maybe.
Thank you.
You're such a good crab.
We will have to leave you at this point, but we will come back for you, and I will give you the potion as promised.
Well, be prepared for you to give me the potion, and I will give you the trident.
Thank you. We appreciate your assistance.
Awesome. You turn. You go back through the 3 doors that you realize that if this thing got punctured and the boiling water from this lake were to suddenly pour in, that it would slam shut those doors. And if the first one were to fail somehow, it would hit the second one. And if the second one were to fail somehow, it would hit the third one, hopefully stopping boiling water from penetrating deep into Caraptus's dungeon. You move through each of those in turn and then proceed back down the corridor, past the corridor that has the spinning tunnel in it, through the Kelpie's little lair where they wave and say, hey, how are you? Glad you're not dead. Looking forward to getting out of here. You go back down the tunnel to the Gynosphinx itself, leave the dungeon for the second time, knowing that there is only the one corridor left. Return to your safely ensconced animals and have yourselves a long rest.
That's so soon.
You wanted your flashes of geniuses back.
I know, but
Does
we didn't spend anything else.
Anything else happen over this long rest?
Do you change out your thingies?
Yes, I changed my spells.
You changed some spells, which you've already said you'd planned to do because you took your character sheet home last time.
Yep.
And you definitely did not do that. Further, because you're new to being an artificer and you didn't do it the last long rest, there's also something you get to do with empty files.
I'm going to enchant stuff.
You're going to make some potions and roll a couple d6s, correct? Barbarian lounges in the sunny glade and gets himself a little tan, dries off his wings, and tidies up the couple of artifacts he holds and rearranges his very small pouch.
Nice.
Our Warforged applies oil in the appropriate places, has a nice rest.
And then, sentry mode. Very creepy. Stops moving.
I may also infuse an item
Okay.
Ooh.
if someone would like something magical.
Yes. Can I be magical? I mean, more magical?
You can infuse the armor that Thesis has taken into herself, yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can do 3 items at
I
a
know.
time. 1, 2, 3.
And
Or
you're
just
like
3 for
buffing the
yourself.
party. Look at you.
I'm going to buff the party.
Okay.
1 item for each individual.
Sure. I don't know what that's going to be, but you're going to have to figure that out.
Homework.
So you spend the time doing these infusions, thinking these thoughts, sun tanning, sunbathing, and also possibly thinking about the fact that there's been 2 corridors and 2 of you have encountered people that you already knew. It does not stretch the imagination over much to think that perhaps Vulcan, Master of the 6 Galleons, may very well encounter someone he knows.
I would be shocked if that happened.
I know no one. No one's my friend.
That shock will have to wait till next time.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.